New Huffington Post YouGov poll out on how much Americans trust the presidential candidates with nukes. And it's ugly. Oh, it's so ugly. So when we talk about Hillary Clinton, just 38% of the American people trust her with nuclear weapons. 38%. God damn. Diggity, diggity, damn. Because we're talking about, about 50% of the country are Democrats? Or half the country, you would say, is left-leaning? That's actually probably not accurate. When you go issue by issue, it's way more than that. But that just proves the point further. Only 38% of the American people say, yeah, fine with giving Hillary nukes. That is so low, and that is so sad. But did she earn it, is the question. I'd argue kind of, yeah. This whole thing made about, oh, she's so experienced. Her resume is fantastic. But as Bernie Sanders used to say, yeah, but what about her judgment? Yeah, you held the positions. Great. What did you do while in those positions? So you want to talk about how great your resume is? Well, then you also have to get into the specifics. You voted for the Iraq War. Terrible judgment. Horrific judgment. The idea that you would, oh, my resume. You would say shit like that. No, don't say shit like that. Look at some of the choices. Voted for the Patriot Act. Terrible. Rips up the Constitution and throws it in the garbage. You walked arm in arm with the neocons in that respect. You supported NAFTA, you supported TPP, you supported deregulation. The list goes on and on. You supported intervention in Libya. You support intervention today in Syria. Not okay, man. Not okay. People look at those decisions and they go, you know what? I don't trust her with nukes. How about that? I don't blame him, man, because I don't fucking trust her with nukes either. This is the same person who said, when Obama was upfront and honest and open about this and said, yeah, I want to talk to Iran. Of course I want to talk to Iran. Hillary Clinton came out and said, that's naive. No, you can't talk to Iran without preconditions. What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't do that. What are you, a child, you naive person? So, and then what happened? Obama did speak to them without preconditions, and look at what we got. We got the Iran nuclear peace deal, which is fantastic. We give them back their money, and in return, we have the IAEA investigate their nuclear sites. The IAEA is permanently able to check up on them, and they can't enrich past a certain point, and they can't have a nuclear program. It's a success. It's a wild success. It all started because Obama said, I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to talk to them. Hillary Clinton upfront said, I don't want to talk to them. So your judgment there was horrible too. Well, foreign policy experience. No, you've been wrong. You've been fucking wrong. You wanted to arm the Syrian rebels early on and do a no-fly zone. A no-fly zone could escalate to World War III with Russia. And arming the Syrian rebels, well, now we all know the majority of the rebels are Islamists and jihadists. You want to get in bed with Islamists and jihadists because you don't like Assad and you don't like the Shia government and because you don't like Iran, who's also Shia? Terrible, terrible decision-making. Yes, far too hawkish. Far too hawkish. That's why many neocons go, kind of fine with her. Kind of cool with that. So she earned that. 38% she earned it. Now let's go to Donald Trump. How many trust him? Just 27%. Now, did he earn that? Fuck yeah, he earned that. Who are you kidding, son? Who are you kidding? Okay. Donald Trump is a loose cannon, crazy person. Just because, many in my audience hate Hillary Clinton. Great, I'm right there with you. I hate her too. That doesn't mean that, therefore, Donald Trump is good. And Donald Trump, he's great, or he makes sense because Hillary Clinton's bad. No, the guy is an insane loser, loose cannon. And he doesn't know dick about the world. He didn't know the difference between Hamas and Hezbollah in the middle of the fucking campaign. That is inexcusable. He didn't know the difference between the Kurds and the Quds Force. Inexcusable. He apparently, according to Joe Scarborough, said in a meeting with some national security advisors repeatedly, why, if we have nukes, why can't we use them? Like, that's as far as his thinking goes. Like, hello, they exist. They exist for a reason. Why wouldn't we be able to use them? We have them. This is how he thinks. He asked 3 times in an hour-long meeting, why can't we use them? Why can't we use nukes? Come on, dude. This is the guy who says, we have to take out their families. Let's kill civilians. This is what he says. let's bring back torture. Quote, even if it doesn't work. The most loathsome cretinous son of a bitch you heard prior to Trump, like somebody like Dick Cheney, would basically say, I want to do enhanced interrogation, which is torture, but he uses the euphemism, makes him feel better about it. And he would say, well, obviously it's just to get information to make sure we don't get attacked. Trump drops the tap dance. He's like, no, I want to torture even if it doesn't work, and I want to do a lot worse than waterboarding. And yes, I'll say I'm pro-torture. I won't even say enhanced interrogation. I'll say torture. This is a guy you trust with fucking nuclear weapons? You know, they're not wrong. Hillary Clinton is not wrong when she says, this is a guy who's up having Twitter fights at 3 o'clock in the morning. Twitter fights. You know, it's funny because I oftentimes do the same thing, but I'm not running for president, so I'm allowed to be an idiot like that. But like, there are times I tweet at Trump and I'm like, you know, maybe I shouldn't do this because there's like a 2% chance that he might respond and start arguing with me at one point. I don't want that kind of hate. I mean, I got a lot of hate anyway. Imagine just Donald Trump responding to something I say and all of his millions of zombie idiot followers just like, yeah, we hate you, to fucking threatening me and shit. So, no, of course I don't trust Donald Trump with nuclear weapons. Who the fuck could trust Donald Trump with nuclear weapons? I've told this story before, but my grandmother on my father's side, she passed away a while ago, but I remember having a conversation with her when I was younger about George W. Bush. Now, she was a lifelong Democrat, and actually one of the few in the family, so me and her had a special bond. But, so I spoke to her about George W. Bush, and I would say, well, Grandma, you know, why do you dislike him so much? This was way before I was political in any way. I was a little kid. And she had policy reasons, of course, but she also went on to say, you just know. Look at him. You think he's ready for this? Look at him. And you take a minute and you do look at Bush and you go, oh, yeah, there was like a disconnect there. The goofy, when he ran, he said, I'm a compassionate conservative. That's how he ran. But there's a weird disconnect and lack of being with it in the eyes of George W. Bush when he's talking. Go back and look at the debates with Al Gore. You could tell he's in over his head. You can see it. You can smell it on him. Dude, you're not ready for this shit, are you? He wasn't, and Dick Cheney basically ran the country for 8 years as a result of it. You look at Donald Trump and you think that motherfucker's ready? Come on now, son. Come on now, son. You know that's not true. So did he earn the 27%? Yes. And by the way, I think the American people reflect my take on this almost perfectly, which is they go, we hate Hillary Clinton. We don't like her. We don't trust her with nukes. Also, we hate Donald Trump. We don't like him. We don't trust him, and we don't trust him even a little bit more with nukes. So I've said it before. I'll say it again. I hate both candidates. I will be slightly less scared if Hillary Clinton wins. If Donald Trump wins, I think fear is the correct response. That's every fiber of your being telling you, this is not good, dude. This is not good. This shouldn't be the case.